Hello, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Kat. I am a full-time reseller since 2022 when I quit my nursing job. I've been part-time reselling off and on since 1999, and I like to show you once a week a little kind of snippet of what we have been selling, and that includes both lower dollar and higher dollar. And today I'm going to show you some from Poshmark, Mercari, as well as eBay that have been selling for us, so you know what is selling right now. So if you're outsourcing, thrifting, garage sales, online estate sales, however you are sourcing, you will know an idea of what is selling right now that you can be on the lookout for to pick up. So let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to start off with eBay. We're having a slow day today. We're only at $103.64. The last week we have sold $2,626, and then the last month is only $12,670. Last month we were up close to $20,000, so that has fallen quite a bit. Hopefully that will go back up. And you can see here, if you look at the graph, that gray is a $500 line. That is what we want to hit. And we were hitting it almost every day, and now over half the time we are not. So hopefully we can get some more sales in and get that average picked back up. And right now what I'll do is show you some of the sales that have sold over about the last 3 to 4 days. These are all pretty recent, and it is the third week of February 2024, depending on when you're watching, just so you know what time frame we are talking about. All right, so this first one is the vintage 1960s Nickel Bell Trading, which is a company I found quite a few pieces from. I did get this in an online auction lot. I paid less than $2 for it. It actually sold in just a couple of weeks for $19.49. I think the fact that it's a Thunderbird definitely had something to do with it. It was in excellent condition. So it is about a $13 profit. And this is an AI background with Photo Room app, if you are not familiar. And here you can see the different photos that we take. So here is what you are looking for with that nickel silver bell. It is Nickel Bell Trading Company. And this is not sterling silver, just in case you come across some of this. So don't make the mistake of paying a sterling price for one of these pieces. They definitely are not worth as much as sterling, and this one was a really great fast sale. Up next is something I have sold quite a bit of over the last couple of years, and that is a little vintage stained glass Suncatcher. This one has the little tulip flower. It is 4 inches by 6 inches, sold for $16.24. This one also sold in under a month, very fast. I am less than $1 into this, so it's also about a $13 profit. And here you can see we take a photo of the front, and then we also take the measurement. And what happened here is that Photo Room erased that. So be very careful on your Photo Room pictures that you don't let it erase the clear glass. So this one here is probably the best photo of that one. And this one was a really fast sale. Next is this vintage 1980s Scalamandre silk gold color. This is a 25-inch square sample. We do put for pillows or crafts. This one unfortunately has a grommet right in the middle of it. Now, this one we did accept a best offer of $46, but I am about $5 in. And we had some other Scalamandre fabrics that had strawberries on them that sold for about $100. So this one did take a few months to sell. I think probably because it is that solid print. And here you can see we do zoom in close. We definitely want to show that grommet right in the middle. And this is how we knew they were Scalamandre silks. They had the memo sample tag on them. I did source these from an online auction in a lot, and I paid right around, I want to say $40, and I got 5 of them. And this one was a great sale, even though it did take a little bit longer to sell. Next is some more linens, and I don't pick up a ton of valances because I feel like valances are a little bit harder to sell, but this is a palm leaf tropical curtain valance set from Tommy Bahama. This was actually in a sheet set that I bought, so I did not buy the valances separately. It was a set of 2. They sold for $22.74. These also sold in under a month, so they were pretty fast selling. I am only a couple of dollars in, and I do expect to get the majority of my money from the duvet cover. And here you can see we do show the measurements, and this one was a great sale. So with the valances, I tend to look for Tommy Bahama. Pottery Barn is another good one. Pier 1 and Pottery Barn Kids are all really, really good brands. Or if you see characters or cartoons, things like that, that is stuff I would pick up. But most valances I am going to leave behind. Next is this M&M's World large tote carry bag zipper. It is embroidered from Las Vegas. I thought this was pretty funny. I actually found this thrifting not long after we came back from Las Vegas and we had visited M&M's World. So I debated on keeping it. I picked it up for $3. I decided I did not need any more bags. We listed it. It sold in about 2.5 to 3 months. It is about a $12 profit. Bags are really, really easy to photograph as well as ship. They're not fragile. They're not going to break. And here you can see we do stuff them just to show what it would look like full. And also always have the measurements on those pictures just in case your buyers have questions. I find that is the easiest thing to do. You can have them reference the pictures. And this one was a great sale. The boxes are still selling. So we sold 4 of these. These are Hermes empty sandal shoe boxes. They were $38 each. So this was well over $100 sale. We do still have 9 available. You can see we did sell 7 and the 4 went to 1 buyer. So it is well over $100 profit. We've had the boxes about 3 months now. We have moved well over 50% of them. And you can see here the different photos. I do have a video on the boxes where you can see exactly how many we got. If you would like to check that out, I will throw that link there up top for you. And this sale, again, they purchased 4 of them and it was well over $100 profit. These were also in the lot with the boxes, and I really have no cost into these, and we have made well over $1,000 off of these ceramic chargers. These are from Pier 1. The way I know is because the person I bought them from told me where they got them. They are not marked, but this is a lot of 10. They sold for $130. These actually went international, so they paid about $80 in shipping. It was quite crazy, and well over $100 profit on these. And again, we got, I believe, like 50 or 60, maybe even a little bit more of these, but they have sold very, very well for us. Watch out for Pier 1, especially now that Pier 1 in-person stores have closed. The value could possibly go up. This vintage slip was in a lot with the lace that you have seen us selling here lately. This is an Opera brand slip. It sold for $14.94. It sold in under a week, very, very fast. I am less than $1 into it. It's about a $12 profit. Sold super fast. Watch for vintage nightgowns and slips. Look at the lace here on that one. I might have undersold this a little bit, but I'm still happy with that. Here you can see the Opera tag and also the measurements. Very, very fast sale. Make sure you're checking the nightgown and sleepwear sections when you are out thrifting. These are one of the few items that did not sell fast. These took a little over a year to sell. This is a pair of vintage acrylic lucite tea light candle holders. I did put mid-century modern art deco lot of 2. They sold for $32. I'm less than $2 in. So these are about a $25 profit. They're not big. They didn't take up a bunch of space. So I am okay with some longer tail items. If you don't watch me, we do a mix of stuff that sells fast as well as stuff that takes a little longer, just like this, but really, really easy to photograph, list, and ship. Up next is this vintage set of 20 paper clover doilies. St. Patrick's Day is coming. That is probably why these sold. We have not had them very long. They sold for $16.24. You can see originally, look, they were 59 cents. These are vintage ones. Pick them up at an estate sale. Watch for stuff like this because it does sell. You don't want to hide that 59 cents because the people know it is vintage. That has nothing to do with the current value. And these were a great, great sale. This one I also found in the nightgown section at the thrift store. This is a Tommy Bahama women's indigo cowrie boyfriend shirt, medium. I did put beach and swim cover up. If stuff can be used for multiple purposes, definitely put that in there. This one sold for $38.99. I paid $5 for this one at a thrift store down in Miami. So this one is close to a $30 profit. And here you can see the Tommy Bahama tag. A lot of Tommy Bahama is not as valuable as it used to be, but it does still sell. You just have to be careful and not pay too much for it. And this one sold, I believe it was around 2 months. Next is some lace, and this has been selling well. And the funny thing is, it has been primarily selling well to one buyer. She has been buying most of it. This one was an offer of $46. And as you see, we are not measuring it. I do not know the fabric content. I am not knowledgeable enough to put that. Somebody was telling me I should, but unfortunately I don't have the knowledge to know what it is. And we don't want to take the time that would go into measuring all of this because that would put my cost into each roll way higher, which is something I don't want. And they have been selling well without measurements. So $46 on this one, less than $1 in, and it is about a $40 profit. This one is one I think a lot of you might have skipped. And if you watch my catch treasure hunting video, I got this at Junk in the Trunk, which is a monthly sale here in Florida. I paid $1 for it because it has some defects. So this is a vintage Roseville Iris vintage pottery vase, double handle. I did put reed, and without damage, it's worth about $40 to $50. However, it has some significant damage, but it sold really fast at that $25. So it is close to a $20 profit, and it sold very, very fast within a couple of weeks. Here you can see it was repaired. There is a severe crack there on the bottom, and we did take multiple pictures because we wanted to make sure they saw it does go up the side as well, and there were chips on the top too. So if an item is worth like $50 or more without defects and I can get it cheap, I sometimes will still pick it up because some people would like to have that in their collection and they just can't afford the one without flaws. So I would say you could pick them up. Now, if there's a ton of them and they don't sell, I would kind of shy away from it. But this one sold very, very fast. This is an item from a closet buyout I did. I got that on, I believe, a CT bids auction. I bought the whole closet. We did have to go to Alabama to pick it up, but we picked up hundreds of pieces. This is a Jones & Co. textured button-up cardigan, women's large cream. I did put beige sweater medium, sold for $19.49. I'm only about $1 in, so about a $14 profit. And here you can see we do zoom in to show the buttons as well as the tag, and then the measurements from top to the bottom as well as armpit to armpit. And this one is another one that sold in under a month. Last up on eBay, before we go over to Mercari and Poshmark to look at those sales, this is a vintage Mont Blanc black and gold trim empty pen case. I did put booklet, papers, hard case, box, and gift. That is getting those keywords in to make sure that buyers find it. This case sold for $51. I only paid $1 in a big lot of pen boxes. So here you can see the different photos. Mont Blanc is a great, great brand. If you can actually find the pens, they are quite valuable. So definitely be aware of that. And this one sold in just a little bit over a month. All right, that was everything for eBay. We're going to jump over and view our Mercari and Poshmark sales. We do use List Perfectly to cross post. If you've been thinking about a cross posting app or program, List Perfectly is a great one. We've been using them exclusively for over 3 years. I do have a code, the Nurse Flipper. You can get 30% off. Try it for a month. I feel like you will know within a month if it is something that will be a great addition and tool for your business or not. So take that small investment and see, because you should see sales pretty fast over on the other platforms. We choose to list on Poshmark, Mercari, but they actually offer like 15 platforms. So there's Grail, Depop, Kitizen, Etsy. There's so many platforms. So take a look at what you sell and try and figure out which platform would be best for you to cross post to. And it can definitely improve your sales and get you some more income coming in. So let's go ahead and take a look at Poshmark and Mercari. There are actually some pretty high sales over there in the last week, and I am excited to share those with you. First is an item that I picked up down in Miami. This is a Disney Black, The Nightmare Before Christmas Pumpkin King t-shirt. It is a size XL. It sold for $16. I picked this up for just $3 down at the thrift store in Miami. So it's about a $10 profit. Not a giant profit, but super easy to photograph, list, and ship. And here again, you can see we do those measurements. And this one was a great sale. Next is this Pottery Barn Caleb. It is a handcrafted lantern, and I did put candle holder. This one sold for a best offer of $55, and she actually bought 4 of them from us separately. So it was over a $200 sale. These came in the lot with the designer boxes, and I essentially had no cost. So they are well over $150 profit for the 4 of them. They are all exactly the same, but on Poshmark, if you have an item over 5 pounds, you do have to pay extra. So I actually told the buyer I would not bundle them because they actually would have went over the weight limit on Poshmark, which is 10 pounds. But to ship something 10 pounds on Poshmark, you have to pay $20. So be very careful about that. Do not hesitate to tell a buyer that they need to ungroup things or unbundle them if it is going to put you over the weight and is just not worth it. And that is what happened with this one, but the buyer actually was fine. It's only $7.99 to ship on Poshmark, where over on eBay, these probably would have cost her about $20 to $25 a piece to ship. Apparently, it is time for all of the stuff that was with the designer boxes to sell. This is a tiered serving stand and platter collectible cupcake stand, and the brand is Smeese. And we had 2 of these. This one sold for $33. Again, another item we really had no cost into. It was in with the designer boxes. We got a lot of housewares, and I took them because they wanted me to. I didn't necessarily want them. So this one is going to be about a $25 profit. Jeans took a little while to sell. So these took over a year. These are Harley-Davidson black jeans. It does say ladies logo on the leg, and they sold for $23. I paid $5. So they're about a $13 to $14 profit, but they did not sell fast. So you can see the Harley-Davidson large patch here on the side of them. And I thought they would sell faster, but I guess this kind of style probably isn't in. You can see here they are official Harley-Davidson jeans, and yeah, while to sell. Some Harley stuff takes a little while, but the majority of the Harley-Davidson stuff sells pretty fast. Next is this vintage Brooks Brothers men's size 46. It is Sea Island cotton. I did put Reed because there were two stains on this. So this one we accepted a lower offer because of those stains. I only paid $3 for this down at a thrift store in Miami. And it is about a $23 to $24 profit. Here you can see the Brooks Brothers tag. Now, it was a size 46, but the measurement was only like 21 inches. So I feel like this probably shrank some. And the buyer actually looked at the measurements and needed it a little bit smaller. So this worked well. And this was a pretty fast sale as well. All right, now we're going to jump over to Mercari sales. This is a WDCC Daisy Duck as Donna Duck. And this one I accepted a best offer of $24. This one sold in under 2 days. It sold pretty fast. Watch for the WDCC stuff. Some of it, if it is rare, is worth quite a bit of money. You can see the Don Donald Daisy debut. And this one I paid about $5, so it's actually about a $13 profit. If you watch my Catch Treasure Hunting channel, this rug I picked up at a church sale not very long ago, less than 2 weeks ago. It was listed less than a day, and it sold for $48. I paid $2 for it at the church sale. It is over a $40 profit, and I didn't even open it when I bought it. It just said Lion King on the tag. And this was definitely a great sale. You can see the measurements here. Very, very fast sale. If you see vintage latch hook pieces at a good price, I definitely would consider picking them up. Next is this J. King Mine Finds. This is a turquoise chunky necklace. This one sold for a best offer on $75. I paid about $20 for this one, so it's about a $45 profit. And this one sold in under a month as well. Keep an eye out for J. King pieces. I have gotten lucky and gotten them just in regular lots. You can see here that heart dangle is one of the ways you can know that it is J. King. It is also signed with DTR 925. They are made in China. So keep an eye out for J. King. They definitely can be valuable pieces. Here is another fast sale, and this one, I was surprised it sold on Mercari. So this one is a Web Freeburger. It's a Yacht Sextant. I have no clue what a Yacht Sextant does. If you know, you can tell us down in the comments. Did have the original wooden case. I paid $150 for this on auction. So I had it listed at $450. I accepted a best offer of $387 because it was about a $200 profit. Sales were slow. You can see here, this is in excellent, excellent condition. This simply caught my eye on the auction. I looked it up on WorthPoint, and the prices actually varied between about $200 up to $600. So I'm happy with that $387, and this one sold in only a week. All right, last up for today is going to be this vintage Barbie 1970 Blue Royalty fur stole shawl. It does say original complete. This Barbie dress sold for $51 on Mercari. I paid $5. It is about a $40 profit. It sold in less than a month. Pretty darn fast here. You can see the beautiful blue iridescent. There is that Barbie tag. I was able to locate the number, which is how I was able to know how high to price this. And this one was an absolutely great sale. All right, that was everything. I hope you have enjoyed. Let us know down in the comments what you're selling. That way we can kind of help each other to know what to list right now. Maybe we have it already in our death piles, or we can look out for it while we're thrifting. Again, a lot of the stuff I picked up over on my second channel, which is Catch Treasure Hunting. Definitely check that out if you have not already. I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.